Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Kanchakalpatarubhyeva patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances, all the devotees on the call. Please forgive me for stopping your chanting in the middle. It is time for our Srimad Bhagvatam session. By His grace, Sri Badrayani Das Prabhu. I would like to read a quote on chanting of holy name of the Lord from Hari Nam Chintamani, where Haridas Thakur is explaining the importance of constant chanting and the purport by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Divaratra namalaya anutapakore tabhe aparada jayana nama faladhore. Only one who chants day and night with great anxiety to avoid the 10 offenses and with great repentance for the offenses committed earlier can completely nullify all the offenses. Then and only then the transcendental name of Krishna will bear fruit. Aparada gate sudhana mera budaya suddhanama bhavamaya ara premamaya. When offenses are finished, the pure name arises in the heart of the chanter. This pure name grants the fulfillment of all desires and the most rare and super excellent happiness of devotional service on the platform of bhava, ecstasy, and then prema, pure love. This is the ultimate attachment of human form of life. Namera anukula vasaya grahana o pratikula vishavarchina. Accepting all the things and conditions favorable to the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra and rejecting all the things unfavorable to the chanting. He should seek out the association of Nama Parayana, pure chanters, devotees, and in their association constantly chant and remember the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna. Once again, my Dandavat pranams to all the devotees on the call. I don't see Prabhuji joining Mataji. Sri Badrayani Das Prabhu.
Oh, yes, Mataji. Yesterday I confirmed with him, but they had their daughters. Yeah, he's joining Mataji. I just got message from him.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Prabhuji joining.
Okay. Hare Krishna. I welcome all to everyday chant Harinam call. We are very fortunate to have Prabhu recording is. We are very fortunate to have His Grace Sri Badrayani Das Prabhu from New Brunhaven, West Virginia, to enlighten us on verse 5 from chapter 15, canto 6, and also about Damodar Leela. Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Please take over the session, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Sorry, I was busy in something else, so I could not answer to Shamraska Mataji's call. So we'll go ahead quickly and discuss about the verse. Canto 6 is prescribed duties for mankind, and chapter 15 is Narada Muni and Angira Muni. They're instructing Chitraketu. Narada and Angira instructing Chitraketu. Now, you all must have heard. Now, after the Vritasura's pastime has happened, so then the king Parikshit, he asked Sukadeva Goswami, how is that this demon is like a devotee? How is that possible? So, Sukadeva Goswami then start explaining about his previous birth. And then Sukadeva Goswami started talking about King Chitraketu. And then in Chitraketu, he talks about how it is previously in the last chapter, how he got a son and then the son left his body. The king is lamenting. So that's the time Narada Muni and Angira Muni, they come and they start instructing King Chitraketu. So we are at the text 5 today. So we will discuss about this particular text. So I will read verse in the translation purport, then we will discuss. Vayam chatam chaye che me tulya kala sachara chara janma mrityu yata paschat prana naivam adurna pibu. Translation. O king, both you and we, your advisors, wives, and ministers, as well as everything moving and not moving throughout the entire cosmos at this time, are in a temporary situation. Before our birth, this situation did not exist, and after our death, it will exist no longer. Therefore, our situation now is temporary, although it is not false. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Mayavadi philosophers say, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Brahma, the living being, is factual, but his present bodily situation is false. According to the Vaishnava philosophy, however, present situation is not false, but temporary. It is like a dream. A dream does not exist before one falls asleep, nor does it continue after one awakens. The period for dreaming exists only between these two, and therefore it is false in the sense that it is impermanent. Similarly, the entire material creation, including our own creation and those of others, is impermanent. We do not lament for the situation in a dream before the dream takes place or after it is over. And so, during the dream or during a dreamlike situation, one should not accept it as factual and lament about it. This is real knowledge. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanam Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajata Sahagana Raghunatham Dvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namavo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaur Tvishe Namaha Ye Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo Rama Ramo Hare Hare. So here Narada Muni and Angira Muni, they are talking to King Parikshit and they are explaining to, King Chitraketu, they are explaining to him about the situation which he is going through. So they are saying, at every time, this whoever is there, either moving or non-moving, everyone, entire cosmos actually, are going through the phase which is temporary situation. So that's what Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita about this world, Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. The whole material creation is abode of miseries and it is temporary. Now Srila Prabhupada quotes about the Mayavad quotation, Jagan Brahma Satyam Jagan Mityam. Of course, Prabhupada here is talking about Brahma means Lord Brahma, but their idea, the Brahma means the whole, the creation, or the creator of that, Brahmam Satyam, but Jagan Mithya. So this material creation is, Mithya means Maya, which is basically talks about false. But whatever we are seeing, everything is true. It is real as such. It is not false, it is real. Then how can one say it is a false? That is then understanding, because it is a temporary, that's why it is false. For example, we are staying in a building maybe for many years. After a few years, when we come back, when we leave this building, and then after a few years, when we come to this building may not exist. This building may be turned into something else. So the building which was there when we come after some years, that becomes as a false, because the building is no more there. Either it may be flat ground, or it may be converted into some hall, or it may be changed as such. So the building is changed because it is impermanent, and because of that, when the building is changed, then the building which was there previously, it is not seen, and that's where it becomes as a false. When it is impermanent, then that becomes as the false. Only when it is existing forever, that becomes as a truth. So that way, if you go to see the Atma, that is the truth, or Brahman is the truth, because that exists for eternity, which does not exist for eternity. That's where it becomes as a false. That is the reason we say this material world, even the happiness in this material world is temporary. That's why it becomes as a false as such. Because that does not exist, that is not everlasting, and that does not increase as such. It is kshanikam. It is just for a matter of probably seconds or minutes or hours. It cannot be forever as such. Whereas in the spiritual world, it is forever. It does not, it is not a kshanikam in the spiritual world. And that's where the spiritual world becomes as a permanent. It is not like a material world. Material world is temporary. So the Prabhupada here in the purport is comparing this material situation, what we are all going through, is dream-like a situation. Of course, it is a dream-like situation for a soul. For us, when we sleep and when there is a dream, the dream exists only during that time. It does not exist before we sleep. It does not exist after we get up from sleep. It is not there. That is a temporary situation that happens only at the time when we are in sleep. So one cannot be lamenting onto the situation like a dream. Now the similar the points which Krishna was talking to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. It's very wonderful way of looking at it. When Arjuna, he told Krishna, after giving all the reasons, when he says, I do not want to fight, or when Arjuna says, I am not able to decide what to do, so please instruct me, then Krishna starts instructing Arjuna. And Krishna is not talking to Arjuna in terms of why Arjuna is in that situation. Of course, Krishna is talking to Arjuna why he is in that situation, but not with the concept which we all think about. In a sense, if you and me are there in the position of Krishna, when Arjuna put up these arguments for not fighting, and then finally Arjuna says that, I am not able to decide what to do, so please tell me, instruct me for my good. Krishna could have told Arjuna, did you forget, Arjuna, that they wanted to see your wife naked in the entire assembly, and they cheated you in the gambling match, sent you to forest. They tried to kill you, people, many times. all 5 brothers. They sent you to the lake house and then they fed you poison. Did you forget all these things? So then Arjuna definitely could have got enraged and he could have fought. But Krishna did not do that because Krishna could understand the root of the problem. So Krishna could understand the root of a problem of Arjuna. Now Arjuna is attached to the body. He moved from the concept of soul to the concept of a body, and he is thinking this war is being fought for me, for my sake, for the sake of Pandavas. And when we fight this war, if we win this, we are going to get the kingdom. We will be the enjoyer. And in the process of fighting, we are going to kill so many people and we are going to get sinful reactions. Or I am going to get sinful reactions. So here Arjuna is going through the situation where he is attached to the body and he is thinking about I, me and mine. And that's why Krishna did not speak those words, what I said before, but Krishna spoke in a different way. Of course, initially he chastises Arjuna and then he starts speaking to Arjuna. Natve vaham jatunasam natve neme janadipa nachaiva bhavishyama sarve vayam atapara. Natu natve va aham. Natu va aham. Neither you nor me. Natve neme janadipa. Janadipa means kings. Even these kings. Neither you nor me, nor the kings. In a sense, Krishna is telling, all of us were present before and will be present in the future. What does that mean? That means it's not that they are going to be present in the same body. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, that means we are all there before and we are all there, we will be there in the future. So that means we are not this body, we are spirit souls. So that's where Krishna is talking to Arjuna. That we are not this body, we are soul. So you should not be lamenting for this temporary situation for the body as such. Because Arjuna is lamenting about that he has to kill, he has to fight with the Bhishma Dev, he has to fight with his guru. But whatever Arjuna quoted, that's not wrong at all. Arjuna is quoting from Nyaya Shastra, Niti Shastra, and Dharma Shastra. So they are all according to Shastras, they are all perfect. But then when it comes to the level of soul, Nyaya Shastra, Niti Shastra, Ardha Shastra, these are all part of the Vedas which deals with Dharma, Ardha, Kama, Moksha. But when it comes to the spiritual, that becomes highest than all of this. So that's where Krishna starts preaching to Arjuna that we are not this body, we are spirit soul. And the situation which we are going through right now, it's like a dream-like situation. And in this situation, whatever we are going through is a temporary. This is not as a permanent as such. And that actually gives us the instruction for all of us. Whatever the situation we are going through in this body, it is a temporary. It's not a permanent. But when we realize ourselves, we are not this body, we are soul, spirit souls. And when we engage in the service of the Supreme Lord, that Even though it is, whatever we are doing in this body is temporary, but that will remain as such and in the form of the permanent situation, because we are engaging in the service of a Supreme Lord. So essentially, Narada Muni or Angira Muni, both of them are explaining to the king that whatever the situation we exist is a temporary situation. And we should be not lamenting for what we are going through in this dream-like situation. We should be going beyond this, beyond the dream like a situation. As we get up from the sleep, then we really not lament for the dream as such. Once the dream is over, it is the similar kind of situation for all of us. Okay, I will stop here and we will talk about little bit about Damodar Leela. Maybe after Damodar Leela, then we can talk about some question and answers. So, Damodar Leela, it is such a beautiful pastime which Krishna performed with the gopis. Performed with Mother Yasoda. Only one gopi. All the other leelas, Krishna shows his supremacy. This is one of the leela where Krishna is not the hero, but the hero is Mother Yasoda. In a way, Krishna is a sidekick in this leela. And in this leela, Krishna, he reciprocates in all the 5 rasas. This is one of the leela where Krishna is reciprocating in all the 5 leela and 5 rasas. Other than this, there is one more leela where Krishna reciprocates all the 5 rasas, that is Govardhan leela. So here, Uluka, that is a grinding mortar, and milk, they are in Shantaras with Krishna. And Nalakora Manigriva, they are in Dasyaras. And the monkeys, they are in they are in Sakyaras. Mother Yasoda is in Vatsalyaras. And then finally, at the end of Damodar Ashtakam, we will see Srimati Radharani. Because Radharani also appeared in the scene. Actually, when we go to see, according to Satyavrata Muni and Sanatana Goswami, who wrote the purport for Damodar Ashtakam, Sanatana Goswami says that finally, at the end, Srimati Radharani appears there. And Krishna is tied. So there were so many ropes. The ropes, it is a festival of ropes actually. But no rope could tie Krishna as such. And finally, Srimati Radharani, she gave her hair band, the rope that tie her hair, and that rope could help Krishna bind. That's why the rope is dazzling. That's not an ordinary rope. That is the rope which tied Srimati Radharani's hair. That rope tied Krishna. So with Srimati Radharani, Krishna reciprocates in a Madhurya Ras. So like this, Krishna, he reciprocates in all the 5 rasas in Damodar Leela. The many things which we can see in Damodar Leela. One of the point which we can see is that when so many saints, munis, yogis trying to catch or trying to get a glimpse of Krishna, but ordinary women, household women can catch Krishna. That shows the purity of love and devotion for Krishna, that he will accept the love and devotion and allow himself to bind. And because of one of his pure devotee, he said some words to this Nalakora and Manigriva that you are going to be delivered when you see Krishna. To make his words, his devotees' words, to come true, Krishna performs this pastime. So many things which we can see. And in this pastime, Satyavrata Muni, he talks about some of the aspects of Krishna. He talks about the tattva, philosophy. By philosophy, how Krishna is the supreme. And he also talks about rupa, about Krishna's beauty. And he also talks about bhakta, how Krishna is bound by devotional service of his devotees. And that's where we see all the jivas, are including Lord Vishnu, can have 60 qualities to the maximum level. But Krishna is the only one who is having 64 qualities. So those 4 qualities which distinguishes Krishna from even Lord Vishnu is that the Rupa Madhurya, Venu Madhurya, Bhakta Madhurya and Leela Madhurya. These are the 4 things that separates Krishna from even Lord Vishnu also. So that he exhibits here in this pastime about his Bhakta Madhurya. So we see how this Damodar Leela is such an important Leela of entire Krishna's pastime as such, of all the pastimes. Maybe we will talk about one verse today. Satyavrata Muni, he begins with shloka Namam Ishvara. It is quite common for all the personalities, saintly personalities, talk about how they pay obeisances before talking about or before doing anything. Just like even in Tulasi Arati also we see Namo Namaha. Even Narsimha Arati, Namaste Narsimhaya. So we see this. They first pray to the deity, Namo. After paying obeisances, here Satyvrata Muni is saying, Nama Mishwaram, Namo Ishwara. He's talking about this boy Krishna, but he is not an ordinary boy. Ishwara, Namam Ishwara. And he explains about his qualities. Sachidananda Rupa. He's talking about how he is Rupa, that is, he is a form, he's having a form, and that form is comprised of Satchit Ananda. And then in the second line, he talks about a Lasat Kundalam. So that is something surprising. When we talk about somebody or when we speak to someone, you speak to them looking at their face or looking at their smile or even for that matter looking at their eyes. But Satyavrata Muni, he is concentrating on one thing which normally nobody concentrates. He is talking about Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajaman. His kundal, they are swinging back and forth. Why Satyavrata Muni has to talk about a kundal? So, Srila Sanatana Goswami, in the purport he writes, now Satyavrata Muni, he is telling us, Krishna is no more a baby. When Potana came to kill Krishna, he was lying on the bed. He was just 6 or 7 days baby. And Potana picked him up, took him into her lap. But now, because he is Krishna, he is walking, he is running, he is crawling, and because of his movement, the kundal is also swinging back and forth. So that means Satyavrata Muni is informing all of us, now Krishna is no more a small baby. Now he is walking and he is running and he is crawling. And because of his movement, his kundal is also swinging back and forth. When he talks about the movement, when Putana wanted to pick up Krishna, Acharyas, they talk about Krishna closed his eyes and they give purport why Krishna closed eyes. He moved unwillingly. He did not want to kill Putana. But he has to do that. Now, for the demons, Krishna has to move unwillingly. The same way with all of us. Krishna is moving along with all of us in the form of Paramatma unwillingly from one body to other. But for Mother Yasoda, for his pure devotee, Krishna is moving willingly. He is getting up, coming to Mother Yasoda, asking her, Maya, I am feeling hungry. You want to drink milk? So again, it is on us whether we want to move Krishna willingly or unwillingly. Unwillingly as a demon, willingly as a pure devotee. For pure devotee, Krishna will do anything as such. And then the third line it talks about Yasoda Biyolu Kala Davamana. Of all the gopis, Yasoda is a prominent and elderly gopis. On that day, Yasoda Abhi, there are so many gopis, but then Yasoda is important. Yasoda Maya is thinking there are so many complaints about Krishna, that he is stealing butter at others' places. So she decided on this day, I will feed Krishna. I'll make such a nice butter and I'll feed Krishna. He need not to go anywhere. Because of the so many complaints, she decided to spend her time with Krishna on that day and give full attention to Krishna. Even though there are other gopis, she engaged all of them in a different services. She's her only and only intention or concentration is to take care of Krishna. Why? Because there are so many complaints about Krishna that he is eating butter, that he is stealing butter. She was thinking while churning the butter, why there are so many complaints about Krishna? Is it I am not providing sufficient butter, or is it they are telling lies? In a way, they are telling lies also. But that way, if you go to see, even they complaining to Mother Yasoda is also reduced as such. Because the gopis, they also got scared of Krishna. If Krishna don't find butter, then he is to pass urine in the middle of their houses. And we all know this pastime. One of the gopi, her name is Prabhavati, when he caught Krishna red-handed, and she brings him to Mother Yasoda. And when she's complaining, and then when she looks back and then see, that is her own son. And out of embarrassment, she goes back. And then when she goes home, the boy turns back into Krishna again. And Krishna tells her, now I became your son. Next time if you take me like this, I will become your husband. So the gopi is also scared of Krishna. They are no more coming to Mother Yasoda to complain about Krishna. So Mother Yasoda decided to take care of Krishna on that day with full attention. And that's what Satyavattamani is talking about. Yasoda Bhi. Of course, he's talking about Uluka. That is the motor. So how wonderful this Uluka, they are glowing, including with Mother Yasoda. That is the scene one can see. That is the scene one can hold in their eyes of this pastime of Lord Krishna, especially as a Damodar Leela. Okay, I'll stop here and then see if any questions or comments. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah. Please accept my humble obeisance. Our Lord Shri Srila Prabhupada.
Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhuji, first of all, let me congratulate you for your daughter Shivani's engagement.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Welcome, Prabhuji. And
So let us congratulate Prabhuji and Mataji and his daughter, his family by chanting 3 times Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol,
Bol.
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Thank you.
Hari Bol.
I would like to announce that Prabhuji's daughter Shivachali, her initiated name Prabhuji,
Shyamala Preeti.
Shamala Preeti by His Holiness Radhanath Swami. So she got engaged on Sunday at New Vrindavan with the Michigan devotee. So we are all happy for you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji. So you were telling like you said about Nalkovera and Manigriva like before few, like it was 10 minutes before. So that time I did not get that exactly what you said. Could you please elaborate
Okay.
that? Yeah, thank you.
They are reciprocating with Krishna in Dasya Ras, Nalakovara Manigriva. And also we discuss about how his pure devotee Narada Muni, he gave them curse, but at the same time, he told them that they will be delivered from that curse when Krishna appears there and delivers them. So to prove his dear devotee words to be true, Krishna performs these pastimes. So that is the context of Nalakovara and Manigriva. That includes Narada Muni. I was talking about how Krishna is reciprocating in all the 5 rasas in this Leela. This Leela, this is one of the Leela where Krishna reciprocates in all the 5 rasas. You don't see any other Leelas like that. So that's where I was explaining about different rasas. So Nalakura, Manigriva are in Dasya ras, and they circumambulates Krishna and then they goes back to the spiritual world. So that in that context I was explaining, Prabhuji.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. And one more thing you mentioned about the soul, which is undescribable, which is never, and but if we share this philosophy with the atheist or non-devotees, devotees normally they are convinced, what we say, what is written in the scriptures, but they say like kisne dekha hai, so what how would you uh,
Yeah,
put
there are
that?
many things which we don't see. Kisne dekha hai, like this is very grossly also put. Kisne dekha hai, if you don't see, then it's not even a word, like in one of the discussions, the quiz, when the person is asking, then one girl, she talking about the lines goes through the earth, imaginary lines go through the earth, which is called as equators, things like that. And the girl talks about it is an imaginary. When we cannot see, then we can't even, that's not even a word. The one of the boy replies, we can't see air. So is that imaginary as such? No, it is not. Similarly, when when we don't see, then if you don't want to believe, that does not become as a false as such. Because you don't believe, that's why it is false. That becomes as a useless argument as such. Many things which we don't see, किसने देखा है? But the fact we are all going through now, suffering. How is that suffering coming upon us? How we are getting this suffering? Why we are going through these situations which we are going through now? What is the reason? Are we wanted to go through these situations? Or it is forced upon us? An intelligent person can think about it, can understand. Because of our previous lives, we are going through this situation. You forget about life after life. In this life itself, who's seen situation after 1 year or 2 years or 10 years? But aren't we, all of us, are saving money so that in the advanced age of our life, that money can take care of us? You didn't see the situation. You don't know how that's going to be, but still, you think that will help you at the end of your life. So you start saving for your retirement as such. So we do many things which we don't see as such. We do many things. वो कौन देखा है वो? But we do it because of whatever the reasons. I mean, we talk more about this. We put faith in the things which we can't even have a faith in those things. We should not be having a faith in those things. We go and sit in the aeroplane to go to India. Do we anytime go and check the credentials of a pilot? No, you don't. You take it granted. System is taking care of it. And when you sit in the bus, you don't go and check the bus driver credentials, because you strongly believe that system is taking care of it. What are the system we are in? What is the guarantee when you go to the barber shop? He's going to cut your throat. He's not going to cut your throat, because he's have a knife in his hand. But we believe. But when it comes to scriptures, we don't want to believe. So that becomes as an useless argument as such. As the Prabhupada says, there are 3 kinds of intelligent people. The one who commits the act, goes through the punishment and understands that I should not be doing this. Another sees this thing and understands that no, I should not be doing it. And the most intelligent person is the one just by hearing it, that person understands that no, I should not be doing this. That comes as an intelligent person. We should be intelligent. As I said, the fact we are suffering, the fact we are going through situations, that itself shows. Then why do you want to get the suffering again in the next life? Go through the same situations. Go through the similar sufferings, maybe in the different situations, but then the suffering is going to be the same. more or less. And that, if you can explain to them this way, then many times by arguments, we cannot win anyone as such. And by love and affection only, we can win them through prasad. And that's my understanding, Prabhuji. Hope that helps.
Yes, Prabhuji, you enlightened that topic. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Prabhuji. It was good.
Thank
Good to
you.
know. It's good to share with the also people who have this question. Nice, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, bro. Any other questions, comments?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Such a beautiful class, Prabhuji, and you explain in a Damodar Lila so nicely about the each and every word, like in details. So that was so wonderful. And about the 64 qualities, like last 4 qualities of Krishna. So that was one. I noted those points, Prabhuji. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mother. Okay. If we don't have any questions, then we can stop here.
Yes, Prabhuji. Panchakalpataruvyaश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः.
वैष्णववृंद की जय.
जय.
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय.
की जय.
प्रभुपाद की जय. His Grace Shri Badrayani Prabhu ji ki jai. Thank you so much, Prabhu ji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.